Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our market leading stocks for the coming session. This is for Wednesday, April 16th, 2014. NASDAQ patch actually came on fairly sharply in the afternoon, recouping some pretty big losses. So what we're winding up with are a fair amount of upside CPS conditions here. We do have a couple of volume bumps here, but with the two-way trade today, I'm not really sure that this is the actual options unravel. So definitely need to be on guard for that. The next session, which is going to be tomorrow. Remember, we do a short trading week with the holiday coming up, so be prepared for some more movement tomorrow. Volume bumps today are in Win and also Google. Google's got an upside CPS attached to it. A couple of deviations to be aware of. We've got a downside deviation in Win, and that one is on volume. We've got a couple upside VWAP deviations. We've got one in Sina, Netflix, First Solar, Biogen, and also Baidu. All these are going to be posting very, very strong candles on the daily charts. Take a look at the financials. A little bit more paired off here, certainly than the NASDAQ section, but we do have a lot of upside CPS conditions, and those are definitely worth focusing on. Don't have any volume bumps, though we might see one in Bank of America. We've got a little bit of time before the close. Here's a look at the energy sector. Again, fair amount of upside CPSs. Don't have any volume bumps to really support these. We may wind up with a volume bump in BTU, but that one right now does not have a signal. PBR's got an open-close deviation to the downside. That one's getting hit very, very hard. Valero trading pretty well to the upside here. 3% above the day's open, 1% above the VWAP, and that one does have an upside CPS. Moving on to the generals, fairly well paired off here. Doesn't really look as one way as the NASDAQ patch. We do have a fair amount of upside CPS conditions. We do have a couple volume bumps. We've got a pretty big one in Coca-Cola, and that one is posting a downside RPS, so that could be interesting to the downside tomorrow. Johnson & Johnson has a volume bump, and so does Dow Chemical. Not really seeing any big deviations either way from the open close or the VWAPs. Best Buy is fairly weak, 1.5% below the day's open, but well off the day's low, being 0.75% above the VWAP. Housing names, just one signal here, an upside CPS in Lowe's. Hovnanian is starting to pick up some decent volume here. Transportation is a real mixed bag. Don't have the CPSs like we do in some of the other sectors, but we do have a lot of volume here. Notice all the volume bumps here, so keep these names at the top of your list for tomorrow, because they're definitely in play today. And finally, the commodities, mostly contra candles here, meaning that we're lower on the day but above the open. So could see a little bit of we should see a little bit of strength tomorrow, but we'll have to see if that can hold up. Gold opened up today around 1,300 and did climb back up a fair amount. All right, folks. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.